Hey there, Cancer. This is a general reading for the week of March 28th through April 3rd, 2022. We're going to be taking a look at conclusions of some stories in your life, the beginning of a new story, and an upcoming theme in that new story. On April the 1st, there is a new moon in Aries, and for you, Cancer, that energy would impact the 10th house of ambition, which includes careers, influence, your power, and your overall kind of impact on society. So we'll see if this reading touches upon that. So what we have here, in terms of stories that are coming to a conclusion, you have the dog, loyalty, belonging. So this card basically talks about how historically the dog has been a companion to humans, and in the South where they use hunting dogs, the dogs can rely on their senses, their sense of smell, and communicate with their trainer, their owners, regarding what they find, and allow their owners to basically navigate their surroundings. So let's see how your dog story is coming to an end. I don't typically read reversals, though. If I pick up on the meaning of the darker side of the card, then I'll definitely point that out. But I was just shuffling upside down. All right. So you have here Knight of Swords, 5 of Pentacles, and 7 of Swords. So the Knight of Swords is almost like that loyal dog, running off, making sure everything is okay, and really putting in the plan of action. The 5 of Pentacles is kind of a feeling of being incomplete, not having a home, not having a place to call home, or a feeling of not measuring up to something. With the 7 of Swords, it's a sense of typically, liar, stealer, cheater. It also can be like a prank, but here I do see it as more of possibly being ousted by a group. So let's take a look here. So if your loyalty belonging story is coming to an end, let's see what the cause of that was. You have the moon, which is a sense of fear, doubt, lack of clarity. So Cancer, it could be kind of what I'm sensing here is that perhaps you or someone in your life would kind of always come to your rescue, and basically something occurred where it was unclear what the situation would be, and almost kind of the worst was thought of it. And really this kind of resulted in like that relationship somehow dissolving, and now you kind of trying to figure things out on your own. So let's see here. Let's see why this story is ending. Nine of Wands. So it was just too much work, maybe too much drama. Let's see here. Let's see who you shared this story with. The High Priestess. So I get a sense of it could have been like it could be yourself, but I'm almost getting a sense of like a confidant, like your best friend, someone that knows all your secrets. Well, let's see here. Let's see what kind of seems like a trust was broken, so I want to see what that's about. You have the Sun. It's almost as someone took secrets and revealed them, probably thinking that it was better to bring it out into the open instead of kind of being undercover with it. You have the Moon and you have the Sun. So let's see what results of that. Five of Cups. So yeah, there was some kind of upset, disappointment, and this could be affecting like your entire group. Maybe it has to do with, I'm almost wondering if it has to do with maybe someone kind of made fun of how someone looked, their dress, their appearance about something, and maybe you kind of thought, or they kind of thought this would be between the two of you, and it kind of, you know, got out in the open, and there was hurt feelings here. So let's see how this kind of, if it does connect with your new story over here. You have this Seven of Cups. So it's really kind of just you're making a decision to, you know, pursue other options, possibly in terms of friendship, where, you know, your social circle, at least for now. So in terms of the beginning of your new story, you have intention. Be clear and decisive. Focus on what you really want. Be bold with your requests to the universe. So interesting that this card is Seven of Cups, because this intention card is really saying that you can manifest what you want, but you have to be clear in your heart, in your mind, in your request to the universe of, I want X. I want X by way of doing 1 and 2, and with the result of, you know, Z squared. That's kind of what this news story is about for you. So let's see what this intention is about. You have King of Swords, Knight of Wands, Queen of Swords. So I'm thinking that this is really a kind of a transition. It's almost as if, you know, with the Knight of Swords, there were some things that took place where maybe there wasn't a real clear plan going forward, or there wasn't a sense to get the facts straight, and it kind of, you know, led to some mistrust and hurt feelings and so forth. Now you have the King of Swords and the Queen of Swords with the Knight of Wands, where it's almost as if there's going to be more developed analysis, reason, logic, clear boundaries, making decisions, you know, for the best for everyone kind of situation. And with the Queen of Swords, it's about honest communication and being independent and confident. With the Knight of Wands, it's about, you know, the pursuit of passion. So really, it's kind of the King of Swords, the Queen of Swords, they're really formulating the plan, articulating it, being clear and concise. The Knight of Wands is the passion, the drive. So it's like they're all, you know, all these characteristics need to work together to really do what this card is asking for and having an intention. So let's see what your intention is. You have the Eight of Swords. So it's a sense of kind of, at least perhaps the sense of being left with no options, and possibly even negative self-talk. That seems to be a clear intention. It's trying to, you know, tackle that. You have the Six of Cups. So, interestingly, there's a similar dog in the Six of Cups. I don't know if you can see that. Similar kind of golden retriever-like dog in these cards. So I think that your intention will also have to do with reflecting on your past, your commitments, your sense of loyalty to others growing up, and possibly kind of seeing where that kind of might have turned into a situation where, you know, maybe you really didn't like the group of friends you were with, or didn't, you know, starting not to like that group of friends, and you kind of felt stuck in that situation. So now you have the Two of Wands, which here you can see this person here is longing for a different path. So even though this story here has to do with kind of, you know, has some hurts and upsets, disappointments, betrayals, it's really kind of laid this path for you to kind of reflect and set your intentions for the type of people that you want to surround yourself with. So let's take a look at an upcoming theme in this new story. You have ascending a mountain. Keep going forward. So this card is kind of about having obstacles that are in front of you, but needing to really get to the other side of those obstacles because there's great rewards there. So let's see what's going on with this ascending the mountain. What do you need to know about that? You have the Hierophant. You have Temperance. And the Hermit. Wow. So these upcoming themes really are about spiritual lessons, life lessons for you, Cancer. A sense of withdrawing from the group and really gaining a sense of life experience on your own and gathering wisdom from that. And then with the Temperance card, it's really being in a place of calm. You know, maybe there was anxiety, there was kind of like self-doubt, fear, feeling kind of stuck. But in this ascending the mountain, it is really a place of feeling balanced, you know, taking your past, blending it with your future and blending it with the present to create the future you want with this intention kind of set. And with the Hierophant, it's as if there's like steps up the mountain. So with these cards, it's almost as if the practice of, you know, meditation, perhaps being more, healthy, you know, eating balanced meals, doing things that are for your improvement will really, you know, raise your vibration, help you kind of connect with your higher self, and also like find a, you know, a sense of acceptance in that when things don't, you know, necessarily go your way, and there's really no one to blame, this is just life, that you're okay in those moments of uncertainty. And it's almost as if this ascending the mountain is not just obstacles of your day-to-day life, but kind of obstacles for spiritual development. So let's see here. Let's see in terms of the Hierophant if there's like anything to know about that. Well, that just like flew out. And it's the Ace of Wands. So here it's almost like this peace, this Zen will really help spark imagination, creativity, passion, innovation. Let's see in what areas that will impact. You have the Six of Wands. So I'd say, you know, it really depends on what your intentions are, but this will make it so that you have the energy and the drive and the motivation, whatever it is that you set with your intentions, that you will succeed in those. So let's take a look at the Hermit a little bit. You have the Death card, Rebirth. So it is kind of the kind of theme that I'm seeing here is almost like a redefining your sense of loyalty and belonging, and almost having you recognize that it's not outside of you. Like, you know, it starts with inside, you know, being loyal to yourself, a sense that you belong in your own skin. And it seems like with this this group that you were with, you weren't really comfortable. You felt like kind of incomplete, worn out, and you know, almost like it's almost as if maybe you were betrayed, but in a sense, just it almost felt like a betrayal to yourself, even to kind of keep these certain friendships and lines of communication open when you kind of, you know, doubted the sincerity. And so, you know, let's see how this sets up kind of this time alone in this rebirth, this sense of kind of refocusing your efforts, your energy, your intention on what it is that you want. And then also it looks, you know, resolving some issues that you have in the past. Let's kind of see here what would be like, you know, the next thing going on after this, like a sneak peek. You have the Two of Pentacles, which is kind of like balance, negotiations, really working on multiple projects. Let's see in what realm. You have the World card. So it's, when I look at this, you can see all these balls in the world. It's almost as if you are going to be like working in like different fields. I'm seeing like internet, fashion, even coding, and possibly like mixing those two together. And we'll do like one kind of last card here to see really what will help you in this journey, like help you feel more confident along the way. You have the Three of Pentacles. So it's seems that even though you have the Hermit and, you know, the Hierophant, Temperance, these cards of really just and the Queen of Swords, King of Swords, just being really independent, it still indicates that along the way you will find support in others, but those others will really help you to recognize your own skills and talents that make you a better person. They're going to make you want to be a better person. And this could be anything from, you know, actual people, classmates, co-workers, neighbors, best friends from childhood, family, and it can also just be, audiobooks, self-help books, people who talk about leadership and forgiveness and intention. Dr. Wayne Dyer talks about intention. So it seems that the week of March 28th is going to be a real learning experience, or lead to a real learning experience. All of life is a learning experience. So I'm hoping this provides a helpful perspective of your week to get a more clear picture of things. Be sure to check out your readings for sun, moon, and rising signs. And we'll see you next time. Take care.